and a dad called from a hospital in Philadelphia and said, you know, can we talk to Mohammed because my son's dying of cancer, can you put him on the phone? I'm gonna beat Foreman, I'm gonna beat George Foreman, and you're gonna beat cancer.
He cut my cable power. I start to hit him back, we start to war, we exchange shots, and then he punched me here, and he broke his hand. Vladimir Klitschko was an incredible training camp because he's training in a luxury ski resort in Austria. Training camp is based in a hotel called Stangelwirt. Stangelwirt is a super nice 5-star hotel. The tennis court in Stangelwirt was changed to boxing gym. They put in the tennis court, they put the boxing ring, they put all the weights, the bag, they put everything there.
In 1960, black people could not live in Miami Beach. It was against the law.
I had on my Instagram, on my DM, all the gypsy guys, Tyson Fury fan, they sent me the video and say, fuck off, I will beat you up, I will beat you, you know, they sent me the DM private video.
I just want to ask you, you know, you told me that 2 legends trained here, at least 2 legends, yes? Like Sugar Ray Leonard and Muhammad Ali.
The story, actually, Angelo Dundee was the trainer of Muhammad Ali for basically his whole professional career.
From this place?
From Miami Beach. The original building they knocked down. They took away everything. They don't have the belts.
Yes.
They don't have the bags. They don't have the gloves. They have almost nothing. They weren't thinking, like today we think about saving stuff for the past because people collect money. So everything was gone. But that being said, in the original address,
yes,
I was walking by and I saw there was a sign for rent. And I called up Angelo Dundee, Muhammad Ali's trainer, Sugar Ray Leonard's trainer, Carmen Basilio's trainer, 15 world champion, George Foreman, the list goes on and on. I called him up, I said, hey, Ange, you remember me? He said, yeah, of course I remember you. I said, well, I was very vague. I said, they want to put your gym back in the original address in Miami Beach, the 5th Street gym, they want to put it back. He said, wow, great. Then I called, but they were me, no they. And then I called the landlord of the building. I said, hey, guess what? Angelo Dundee wants to put his gym back in the original address in your building. They said, oh my God, Angelo Dundee? Great. Then I put everyone together and we make the 5th Street gym again. Since the gym has been open, Muhammad Ali came for the grand opening.
Yes.
And
when he done career?
He was retired just a few years ago.
Okay.
He came for the grand opening. He signed autographs. He was very old and very sick already. He came, and then there was a big party. 300 members of the press came. I couldn't let the mayor in. They said, one more person, the fireman says, one more person comes in, we shut you down. Everyone wanted to see Muhammad Ali. Everybody wanted autograph. Everybody wanted pictures. He was already retired for 40 years.
Okay.
Then they make a mess. The place looked like it was like a nightclub.
Okay.
It was destroyed. The next day I say, could people come back and help me clean? Only 2 of the fighters came back.
Only 2 fighters.
Yeah, they came in, my mom, my sister, and 2 fighters. And my partner, Tom. And then all of a sudden, who comes in? Muhammad comes back.
Oh, yeah?
Just Muhammad and his sister-in-law. They sit on the tire and they sit and explain to us every story about every picture. He couldn't talk because they gave him medicine so he wouldn't shake.
Okay.
But when he's with his family and his friends, he don't take the medicine. He can shake, but he can talk. And he tells us the history of the gym and the old stories and on and on and on and on. And only the 2 fighters that came to clean got to sit and listen to the stories. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. And since then, Muhammad invited us to his house in Arizona, in Michigan. So generous, so kind. I was sitting with Muhammad and I got a tweet, you know Twitter?
Yes, yes.
There was a tweet that said, Lennox Lewis is going to come out of retirement to fight Vladimir Klitschko for $100 million. And Muhammad said to me, for $100 million, I'll fight both of them at the same time. And he was always like this, even to the last day. He was always like you remember him on TV, but just more quiet. And he was always interested to do FaceTime. He always wanted to see who was training in the gym, who was sparring, who was running. Every day, Muhammad Ali, in 1960, black people could not live in Miami Beach. It was against the law. Okay. They had to live in their own neighborhood over the bridge. Okay. Every day, Muhammad would wear sweatpants, boots, army boots, and run 6 miles to the gym. The first time the police stopped him, hey, black boy, where are you going? He said, I'm with Angelo Dundee. I'm going to the 5th Street gym. They said, oh, okay, no problem. Go ahead.
So, Christian, let me introduce you to the auditory, to the people. What is your first name and last name?
My first name is Christian. My last name is Thun. Christian the Hurricane Thun.
Hurricane Thun, Uragan. Very nice. Christian, where you was born?
I was born in Germany. My father is German, my mother is from Italy, but I live most part of my life in the United Kingdom.
United Kingdom.
UK, yeah. That's where I started fighting and boxing.
How many years ago?
When I was 13, so 14 years,
How many years old right now?
28,
28. So you start working
13.
13. Oh, you are boxing for 15 years almost.
Oh yeah.
How many years amateur? How many years professional?
I'm now, well, I've been boxing as an amateur for like 10 years, good nowhere, something around this. And as a pro now, I'm 2 years professional.
2 years professional.
2 years.
What is your record?
As an amateur, I was 43 and 6, 43 wins, 6 losses. And as a pro, I'm undefeated in 4 fights.
4 fights. All the fights, it was in heavyweight?
Yes, I fight in heavyweight.
Heavyweight.
Big boy.
Yeah. How much is your tall?
6'9", so that is 2 meters 04.
2 meters 04. 204. You could play basketball easily.
I could, I should.
Fifth Street Gym is a good gym. Is a good college gym in Spencer.
Fifth Street Gym is not good, it's the best.
It's the best.
Fifth Street Gym, Miami, the best place to train. I came here on holiday. In June last year. I walk in the gym. I was with holiday, not training. I walk in the gym. I look around. I meet Dino. I train 1 hour with Dino, and I say, okay, Dino, we train together. Finish. That's it.
He's Dino Spencer has very good character, you know, and he can work with anyone, you know. He's so special. If you are mentally strong or weak or some strange guy, he can always find a way to.
You know, you're just world champions come all the time from wrestling, MMA, kickboxing, boxing, and some of them come just because they want to take their picture here at the gym. It's so flattering. I'm so honored to have them here. You just never know.
Okay. What about, for example, Beatles?
Let's be realistic. When Muhammad was here,
Yes.
everybody came from all over the world. Everybody came to see Muhammad. Muhammad is known as the greatest of all time, the GOAT. So when he was here training, first of all, the gym was wide open to anybody. Anybody could come anytime. They never closed the gym. They never had special hours for Muhammad or anything else. Anybody could come watch him train, spar, talk to him, take pictures with him. Unlimited access. That being said, Frank Sinatra used to come. The Beatles used to come. The Jackson 5 came. Burt Lancaster came. The list goes on and on and on of the who's who of any celebrities that were ever in Miami Beach would always make a point to stop. And to this day, they still do. They make a point to stop here at the Fifth Street Gym.
Coach, what about the story like a young boy who had the cancer and Muhammad Ali?
Yeah, it's one of the greatest things. I get choked up telling the story. Generally speaking, I think there's some books you can read about it, but Angelo told me the story. Basically, they were training in Pennsylvania, and a dad called from a hospital in Philadelphia and said, can we talk to Muhammad because my son's dying of cancer, can you put him on the phone? Muhammad got on the phone and said, absolutely not, I won't talk to him. And the dad was like, are you kidding me? My son's dying of cancer. He hung up the phone, he had everyone change their clothes, get in the cars, and he took his whole team from out in the outskirts of Philadelphia, drove, I think, like an hour and a half into the city and showed up at the hospital.
Really?
And the kid and the dad were like, oh my God, Muhammad, what are you doing here? He said, you said your son's dying of cancer. I was going to talk to him on the phone. I was right here. I was in Pennsylvania. So he said to the kid, listen, champ, I'm going to beat Foreman. I'm going to beat George Foreman, and you're going to beat cancer. And he pumped the kid up. He said, come on, champ. I'm going to beat George Foreman, and you're going to beat cancer. And the kid was all excited, and he couldn't believe Muhammad was there, blah, blah. 2 weeks later, they're back to training. They get another phone call. I don't think my son's going to make it through the night. Mm-hmm. Please, could you talk to him? I know you did so much by coming here, but still, he's absolutely not. Hang up the phone, get dressed, let's go. They drive into the city again.
Unbelievable.
He said, champ, to the little kid. He said, I told you. you're going to beat cancer. I'm going to beat George Foreman. And he said, no, Muhammad, you're going to beat George Foreman, and I'm going to tell God that I met Muhammad Ali.
Oh la la, that's a great story.
I told the story 100 times, and every time it gets me right here.
Coach, I listened to this story for the second time, and I almost cried the same.
Yeah, it's amazing.
The same feeling. Thank you very much.
Come on, move your head. Move your feet side to side. Change your levels. Let's go.
You know, I will tell you one thing. I was once watching the interview with UFC guys with Conor McGregor. His trainer, what's his name? Conor McGregor trainer. Kavanagh, I think, Irish guy. And he said it's the serious, playful approach. It's always very serious, but never really serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They take the work very serious, they do the training very serious, but it's like haha, he, let's have fun, let's joke, let's make it interesting, you know?
Yes.
You know, and this is what I really like of Dino, because it's the serious, playful approach. You come to gym and he's created the environment to really have fun, training hard. You know,
that's what it's getting here.
Yeah, we have fun training hard. We don't come here, and it's not like, for example, in Germany quite often, you know, when you go to training gym, it's like in the military, you know, no talking, no laughing, no late, you arrive, train, go home. And it's, my God, it's, I went in February in a German gym just to meet one manager, and I was training there. I walk in the gym, you know, everybody angry, not nice atmosphere. I say, what is this? I say, I don't want to train here. I don't want to even have a coffee here. I want to go home. And then I train there, and then people are a little bit nice, but it's not Fifth Street Gym in Miami. You know, we have people like Muhammad Ali training, everybody training here. This is the place to be. Once again, Dino has created the environment that people, they want to come and train here. Like other gyms, you have to go to the gym, I don't want to, but here you actually, if you don't come to gym, you want to come to gym.
I saw many pictures. You've been working with Klitschko, Joshua, Wilder. Yeah. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
I was still an amateur actually when I got the invitation from the Klitschko camp to come for sparring.
To who?
It was for the Klitschko Anthony Joshua fight. I got the invitation from the Klitschko camp.
Okay.
From Vladimir Klitschko and his camp. So it was an incredible opportunity for me because I was still an amateur. I was pretty much the only amateur there, the sparring partner. All the other sparring partners were really well accomplished professionals with some experience already and maybe some title fights. I was the only one that essentially had no professional fights. It was a big honor for me to go there for Vladimir Klitschko's last fight against Anthony Joshua, and I was supposed to stay there a week. But after a week, we've done countless rounds of sparring, and he kept me there one more week. So I had 2 weeks in camp with Vladimir, and I sparred maybe 30 odd rounds with him, which 30 plus rounds.
30 plus rounds.
Yeah, in 2 weeks. Yeah, it was for me as a young amateur. It was an incredible experience. You know, to go there and spar with the best heavyweight boxer. At that current time, one of the best. Now it's debatable who's number 1, 2, and 3, but he was definitely one of the best. He was heavyweight champion for 10 years or something. Imagine, he was heavyweight champion for longer than I had been boxing at that time.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Can you imagine?
Put this in perspective.
It is the same with John Jones, who did accept me to invite me to train together. So I understand this, big respect. Look, you almost spent your time regarding boxing amateur career in London.
Yeah.
In London, in England. But Anthony Joshua was from England as well.
Yeah.
In a fight between Joshua against Klitschko, who was your supporting for? Who you were supporting for?
You know, it was very difficult because both of them. Look, I was boxing as an amateur in England.
Yeah.
And when I was boxing in a junior, Anthony Joshua was boxing as a senior. Yeah. And he was always winning. So for me, he was always the guy to look up to.
Yes.
He was a heavyweight, he was from London, he was from North London, from Finchley. I was from East London, so we're from the same city. So I was always looking up to Anthony Joshua as well a boxing role model, to be honest, right?
Yes.
And then I got the invitation from Klitschko to go spar with Klitschko. And keep in mind, I was born in Germany, I lived in Germany for quite some time, and Klitschko in Germany is like a national hero. So for me, it was very difficult to choose sides, but I was in the Klitschko camp, and so I just, you know, to be honest, I was for a good fight. I was just up for a good fight, and both men are great fighters. So
It was an amazing fight,
Yeah.
sure. For example, the Klitschko during that fight could have a chance to win.
Yeah.
You remember the Joshua fall down?
my God, it was crazy. I never screamed so much in the fight.
Yeah.
I was watching the fight, and I remember Joshua put Klitschko down in the fifth, fourth, sixth, seventh, I don't remember, in the fifth, sixth round or something. And then he put so much power to knock Klitschko out that he was gassed after putting so much rang. Klitschko was standing, clinching, Klitschko survived, and Joshua was finished. And then Klitschko the next round, bam, put him down, and Joshua got down. I was like, wow, I was going crazy, you know. And then Joshua showed a lot of maturity, a lot of class. He showed great fitness. He just showed how bad he wanted to win, how much he wanted to win, and he came back and knocked Klitschko out. Although I must also say that Klitschko missed his opportunity to probably knock Joshua out, because Joshua was like Joshua was like, he was gone, he was hurt badly, and Klitschko was just jabbing and jabbing and jabbing. If Klitschko would have, I believe, put more pressure onto Joshua, he could have put him away in that round, you know. But still, you know, Klitschko has probably 10 times more experience than me, so I'm sure that there were a reason behind it. And let's not forget, Klitschko was on the floor as well, so he was probably also tired. So, you know, it was just a great fight, is all I can say. Both fighters in this fight became true legends. Both. Vladimir Klitschko to some extent was already a legend, but in this fight, probably this loss and the way that he lost has done him more as if he would have won. If he would have won, everybody would have said, Joshua was not ready for the fight. Joshua was not ready. He tried really hard, he went down, he got back up, and he put Joshua down and then he lost. So it was really a legendary battle.
How do you think Joshua, if Joshua is going to meet Fury?
Difficult fight, once again, you know, it's heavyweight boxing, so one punch can change everything. I spar with Joshua as well, probably 2013, incredibly 7 years ago already. For me, it feels like last week, but it's 7 years ago. Anyways, and Joshua is very strong, he's an incredible athlete. You could give a ball into Joshua's hand and say, play basketball 2 weeks, in 1 month he play NBA. Because he's so special of an athlete, you know.
Yes.
He's incredible. And Tyson Fury is just a special boxer. He is. It's very difficult who will win. I think it's once again it's a 50-50 fight, you know. Joshua is very explosive, and Fury is very good with his movement on his feet. It's a 50-50 fight.
What is the most expectable for you fight? Rematch Joshua against Wilder or Fury against Joshua?
What's more interesting?
Yeah.
More interesting. Fury against Wilder, to be honest, I don't want to see, because Fury win. I mean, I want to see, of course, but Fury win against Wilder in the first fight.
Yes.
Although he was put down twice.
Yeah.
So maybe you can say that perhaps Wilder win the fight, but Fury win the boxing match. You understand?
Yeah.
If it's a street fight, you might say, oh, you've been down twice, I fuck you up. But it's not street fight, it's boxing, you have rules, you have points.
Sure.
So Fury win the boxing fight, but he was a draw, but he actually win it. Everybody knows it. And the second fight, Fury just destroyed Wilder. So to be honest, for me, if they have a third fight, Fury will win again. Even better. Even better. And so I would rather see Fury against AJ or AJ against Wilder. Ideally, I'd like to see AJ against Fury, because it's champion against champion. And now that's who has to fight.
Sure. Returning to Klitschko. They invited you for the training camp. Did they pay something?
Yeah, of course. To be honest, you know, I've been in quite a few training camps with champions and good fighters and whatnot, but Vladimir Klitschko was an incredible training camp, because he's training in a luxury ski resort in Austria called Kitzbühel. Kitzbühel is like saying, for Russian people, Krasny Polyana,
very expensive.
Very expensive place, or like for America, maybe in Colorado, Aspen, you know. He trains in a very, very beautiful place in the mountain in Austria. And his training camp is based in a hotel called Stangelwirt. Stangelwirt is a super nice 5-star hotel. And in the tennis court in the Stangelwirt was changed to boxing gym. They put in the tennis court, they put the boxing ring, they put all the weights, the bag, they put everything there in the 5-star hotel. And we, sparring partners, used to sleep in the hotel as well. And they have, you know, like massage, spas, maybe 15 different saunas they have maybe 5 different swimming pools. It's a proper luxury hotel. And he tell us, you come here, you train with me, you train like a champion, you rest like a champion. So we were there pretty much. I don't want to say holiday because it was hard work. Sparring with Klitschko, but he treated us very good. And he paid us a weekly fee for sparring partners, which was also a very generous amount.
How much?
He paid us $2,000 each week.
Each week. $4,000 they pay for you.
Yeah, $4,000, yeah, for 2 weeks. And
it's not bad for the beginning.
Yeah, of course. You know, for me it was. Look, honestly, I would have paid $2,000 for the sparring with Klitschko, just for experience. Yes. Imagine, I go there, they put me in the best place for sleeping, etc. And they paid $2,000 for me. It was win.
Sure.
You know? And you know, Vladimir Klitschko, I like him before the fight as well, before the training camp as well. But what I like the most during the training camp was when he called all the sparring partners together, maybe 10 guys he called together.
Is there was 10 fighters, heavyweight fighters?
Yeah, maybe 8,
From different countries?
Yeah, America,
everywhere.
Yeah.
And he paid to everybody the same or different?
He paid maybe to, I think some guy maybe paid $4,000 per week, depends their level, you know. We had some guys like Joe Washington, they just fought for the world title.
Who was the most
famous guy there?
Who was the most famous there?
Well, we had 2 guys there that in the heavyweight division, they fought for world titles, and that is Joe Washington, fought against Deontay Wilder. And we had Malik Scott as well.
Where is it from?
Malik's both from America, from California. And both are very well-respected heavyweight boxers.
Is he was happy inviting you to the training camp?
Yeah, of course.
You said that he spent with you almost 30 rounds.
Yeah.
Almost 30 rounds. Is he spent the same as the other 30 rounds?
Yeah, he spent with everybody like 3 rounds every sparring day, you know. Yeah. But one day it was funny because it was my last Friday of the first week.
Yes.
I was supposed to stay there for 1 week, and on Friday I do maybe 2 rounds sparring, and then on Saturday I was supposed to go home. So I do 2 rounds of sparring, you know, I go out, or maybe 3 rounds of sparring, I go out, you know, I'm just like relaxing, doing shadow boxing, coming down. The next sparring partner goes in, and in the first round he punched and he hurt his shoulder. So he go out and then they call me back in. So then I do, I think 3 or 4 more rounds with Vladimir. So I do a total of maybe 6 or 7 rounds in this one day. And after the sparring, Vladimir come to me and say, you stay here 1 more week, you know, because we do good work together. Okay. And I was very happy because I was supposed to leave the next day. They told me stay 1 more week on holiday, more sparring, more pleasure time, more experience, more money. I said, okay.
Nice. This is the question. For example, if you're gonna meet him again, he recognize you and
yeah,
you in a good relations with him?
I mean, to be honest, I don't speak with him much, you know, but I know that he's been to my old gym and he remembers I speak with his manager every now and then. Me and him we had a good, pleasant time, you know, like nothing special, but I learned a lot from him. Keep in mind, for him, I was like one of the youngest there. I was, you know.
What about Deontay Wilder?
Well, Deontay Wilder, I can actually tell you, it's a bit of a funny story because, Deontay Wilder, I was there for the Fury fight. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder won the fight.
The first fight.
For the first fight. And what happened was the fight was not even announced yet.
Yes.
They already signed the fight on Saturday, and then on Monday they wanted to announce the fight. Yeah. He called me, Christian, come on, let's do some sparring, come in on Saturday. Yeah. We go to sparring. The first round, not third round, the first round of the first day of sparring for Deontay Wilder, we sparred. Deontay Wilder can punch crazy hard with the right.
Really?
Like Vladimir Klitschko, he want to work, you know, he bump, he jack, he want to work. Deontay Wilder want to knock you out. Sparring, he want to knock you out. He want to knock you out in the first minute, not in the second round. He want to knock you out straight away. So wow, big bomb. First punch, he cut my eye over here. We continue, no problem. First punch he landed. He cut my eye through this head guard, you know. I was wearing this head guard and he cut my eye, crazy power. And then I start to hit him back, we start to work, we exchange shots, and then he punched me here, and he broke his hand.
His hand.
His hand. His wrist actually he broke.
Yes.
And then we stopped the sparring, and then the fight was actually postponed for I think 4 weeks because of this hand injury.
Yes.
And nobody knows this, it was a secret that essentially he broke his hand on my left elbow, you know, because sometimes Deontay, he don't turn over, he punches like this sometimes, he don't turn over, so that's how he broke his hand. And nobody knew this, and then the fight was postponed, big problems, etc, etc, etc. And then after the fight, he drew the fight with Tyson Fury to make the draw, but he should have lost basically, you know. And afterwards, he said in an interview, yeah, I was sparring with some guy and I break my hand. This is why I didn't fight so good, you know. And everybody commented on Instagram underneath like, ah, it's bullshit, fuck off, it's shit, not true, not true, not true, excuses, you know. And then I comment on his page, I say it's true. He broke his hand on my elbow. And afterwards, I had on my Instagram, on my DM, all the gypsy guys, Tyson Fury fan, they sent me the video and said, fuck off, I will beat you up, I will beat you, you know, they sent me the DM private video. Maybe 50 guys tell me that, I'm just protecting Deontay, what the fuck, you know. And I had the gypsy guys from England with the, like, you know, like the gypsy side in the back, you know, horses caravan, they sent me the video, said, hey you, I fucking fight you, come to Manchester, like this, you know. I said, what the fuck? I said, it's true, man, you really break his hand. So anyways, that's the thing for Deontay Wilder sparring, for Deontay Wilder sparring. But Deontay Wilder, I can tell you, you know, when I went sparring with Deontay, I said to myself, I'm a problem. He can punch, he can this, he can that, but I spar with Joshua, I spar with Klitschko, I spar with many other top boys, and I know how hard punch feel. First punch he landed, he cut my eye, and I said, shit. I was like this, and when first punch I was like this, you know, because I know he can bang, man. He can bang big time.
Okay. So it's very interesting. I believe that nobody knows this story.
Yeah.
Look, Tyson Fury has a nickname Gypsy King.
And the new WBC heavyweight champion of the world, the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury.
Yeah. He's a real gypsy.
He's really gypsy.
He's a real gypsy, but he doesn't look like gypsy. Russian gypsies are a little bit black, you know. They're a little bit small. A lot of heroin, you know, marijuana.
No. He's the Irish traveler. You know, there's different gypsy breed, different gypsy, like, kind of tribes, I'm gonna say. Tribes, you know, different gypsy tribes. There's Roma gypsy, Sinti gypsy.
Because the gypsy is from Russia. Some say they are from Romania, from India.
No, gypsies originally come from India.
From India.
Like 1,000, I don't know, 500 years ago.
Yes, but his people is from, like,
His people probably 500 years ago from India.
500 years.
But then, you know, India mixed a little bit with Irish, and then now you have Tyson Fury. Big man.
And so he possibly, and even he doesn't know that he's Indian. Yeah?
No, of course not.
Maybe Pakistani.
No,
Tyson Fury is Pakistani. Nice, or Indian. Look, this is a great conversation. You have an upcoming fight 25th of July in here, Miami.
It was the 17th of July, now it's been postponed to the 24th or 25th, I don't remember, it was just postponed yesterday. But I'm fighting in July against Jason Bergman. Jason Bergman is a very experienced customer. He had, I think, 46 fights. Yeah, he win maybe 30, lose maybe 15, 16. He's a good test. He's a southpaw. He can punch. He's experienced. He fought against Joseph Parker. He fought against some good boys. So it's going to be an 8-round fight. It's going to be explosive. It's going to be fireworks, and I just cannot wait.
What is your goal right now? You spar against so many experienced guys. You train together with so many experienced guys. Possibly you got experience a lot to start thinking about world title. How do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, I definitely need some time for that, but I'm still young, so I will be fighting this year 4 times. Till the end of the year, God willing, there is no corona or bubonic plague or some other shit coming, but I'm scheduled to fight 4 possibly 5 times until December. Then I'm going to be, without overlooking any fight or opponent, I'm going to be 8, 9, 10 and 0, depending on how many fights I have. And then we'll step it up slowly. But you know, this fight for me is already a step up because I'm fighting a guy that has 46 fights. I'm fighting a very experienced guy now. So this fight, usually I fight here, now I fight here. Slowly we're climbing up the ladder. And because I have good experience in amateur, I have good experience in sparring many boys. I've been around the block basically. I think that we can not fast track, but we can make bigger steps than usual.
Very interesting. Look, for example, you have a 4-0 just for the future boxers. How much the organization pay for you when you have 4-0?
So now it depends really, you know, it depends on many things, but you can expect around 20 grand, $20,000 a fight, something like this.
So right now you
my fight program is a little bit different because each fight I have different purse. It's always increasing, of course, if I win. You know, so step by step. So say this fight is 25 grand, next fight is 30, and 35 and 40. Each fight with better opponent will increase. And then we have a deal with the TV, and this is a separate deal that has to be negotiated essentially from time to time.
It's very interesting. Just you know, how do you think from in the heavyweight, from what record is beginning millions?
It depends. If you're Olympic champion, you win gold medal, you're millionaire.
Okay. If you start professional.
If you win the medal, you win the medal. You have the medal here. Automatically, you get million.
Who pay you 1 million?
You know, it can be quick, and it's all up to me really. If I work hard and stay dedicated and believe in myself and keep winning fights, you know, it can be a quick journey. And as we know, boxing is, of course, it's about fighting the ring, but you have some very good fighters, some world-class fighters who don't make money. Why? Because they have no TV, no promotion, nothing behind it. Right? On the other hand, you have many fighters who are actually not very good, and they make a lot of money because they have big promotion behind it. So you have to do both. I have to fight very good, I have to train very good, believe in myself, I have to do my job, and I have to let my promoter and my team do their job, and together we go.
So without good manager, without good promotion, it's impossible to become a real star and make money.
Forget it.
Forget it. And even if you are super quick and unforgettable.
You need to have a team around yourself like a family, you know. And this is why I'm only 4-0 now as a professional, because I'm already boxing 2 years. I should have been like 8-0 by now. But I had some managerial issues before, where we had some issues with my team, and essentially I was like stuck, you know. But then I had a manager in Germany, Kari Makar, shout out Kari Makar, Legacy Sports Management Düsseldorf. They took me over and they got me a good contract. So yeah, I was saying that without good management, you cannot do anything. And that's why I'm only 4-0 as a professional. I should be 8-0, 9-0, 7-0. I should have more fights now, because until now I was stuck with a team that was not very good for me. We had different plans.
You exchanged the manager.
I exchanged manager, I exchanged a promoter, and I
started for training too.
I played for training 2 years now.
Last one. And before the fight, you have a 2.5 week, yes?
I have 3 weeks. 3 weeks.
Almost 3 weeks. You're supposed to train here, and is it possible that we will be allowed to come to your fight and to the weigh-in, to your dressing room, to make warm-up, to make video from your upcoming fight, before the fight, warm-up and everything, reps?
Yeah, of course. You're more than welcome to come. It will be my pleasure to host you in the changing room. Keep in mind, my changing room is a very funny place before the fight, because I like a good atmosphere, you know. I have like a barbecue party going on there. My changing room is not like focus, stress. My changing room, we have good music, dance, joke, fun. Listen, the fight, you've trained 8-10 weeks for something. It's like your day. All your friends, all your family come. Everybody wants you to win. It's your birthday. It's your day. You know, you have to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And you get paid. What more you want? So, you know, it's a great day. Of course, you have to fight, but that's what we do.
Day of enjoying, yeah?
Day of enjoying, and after the fight is double enjoying.
I wish you good luck, and I will be expecting for this 25th of July, so we're gonna be there together as a team. All the best for us. Thank you very much for everything.